Hey everyone, Sergeant Spankcakes here, and this is the My Week With series. I spend 7 days playing a legend, and if I like a legend enough, I buy a new skin. This week, we'll be featuring the Boulder, Core. Let's take a look at my stats before the week began. I started the week off with only 41 games played and 109 total KOs. It looks like I have slightly favored Gauntlets with Core in terms of time held, however, my damage per KO is very similar for both weapons at 177 for Gauntlets and 180 for Hammer. Neither my Hammer nor Gauntlets are particularly strong. One of my mains is Yumiko, but I don't really play her like I'm playing Brawlhalla and am frequently accused of being a Sig spammer. I haven't used Gauntlets for any significant amount of time, so I don't have an opinion of those. Stats are pretty well balanced, and I like the look of speed or defense stance. The Gauntlet Sigs are grabby and have a grappler feel to them. Hammer Sigs feel heavy and hit like a truck. My favorite thing about Core though is the D-Light into N-Sig on Hammer is true, and I've lovingly dubbed it Stomp Rock. Cue Stomp Rock montage. At the beginning of the week, I realized how handicapped I was with Hammer since I always relied on Yumiko Wisps to provide anti-air coverage. I had to get used to reacting with N-Sig or side air if the opponent approached from above. N-Sig often caught opponents off guard due to the delayed second hit, and would catch people trying to spot dodge after a D-Light. The Hammer side Sig quickly became one of my favorite edgeguard tools as it kept me at a pretty safe distance and has significant knockback. I really enjoyed using D-Sig off map, but would sometimes put myself a bit too far and struggle to recover on whiff. Toward the end of the week, however, I was able to combo more confidently and felt my hammer really start to come together. I really wasn't comfortable with Gauntlets when I first started playing Core. I'm familiar with the combos, but the lack of range was really uncomfortable, especially compared to Hammer. Eventually, I found the proper spacing for D-Light and was surprised with how far it could hit at max range. N-Sig was useful for catching opponents trying to get back on stage, and the diagonal trajectory sets up a good angle for weapon throws. N-Light into chase dodge and following up with a side Sig was a really strong option for catching opponents who would side or spot dodge. I'm not a big fan of the D-Sig, but it does have its uses and comes out pretty fast. While I don't feel like I made significant improvements with my Gauntlets, I did really enjoy them and will probably play them a bit more in the future. The highlight of the week with Core was a charming player named Pharaoh. After beating them by 2 stocks with Core in ranked, I was called to try hard and they asked me for a rematch. Not being one to back down from such a challenge, I sent over the room code and Pharaoh decided to play Wushang. I figured it was a perfect time to break out Yumiko and highlight both my new hammer skills and my trademark Yumiko style. Pharaoh managed to get me to my last stock, but ultimately couldn't close it out, and decided to give us this salty gem. But Pharaoh, you did catch me in ranked, and that's how we got here. I ended the week with a total of 152 games played and 345 total KOs. As I had suspected, I ended up favoring Hammer due to my comfort level with Hammer being higher. Interestingly enough, my damage per KO with Gauntlets jumped up to 227, which indicates I really don't know what I'm doing with Gauntlets or how to kill with them. Damage per KO with Hammer stayed roughly the same. So did I buy a new skin for Core? Well, sort of. After day 3 I was really enjoying Core and knew I would be getting a new skin, so I checked out Valhalla and noticed the Imperial chest was in rotation. I had 460 Mammoth coins and decided to try my luck. RNG went my way, and I ended up getting Warrior Spirit Core on my 4th and final roll. Overall, I had a really good time playing as Core. His weapon combination is really fun, and his signatures really feel like you're hitting someone with a boulder. Core would be a really fun legend for players who enjoy playing offstage, as both weapons are well suited for offstage shenanigans. I'm not sure if Core will make it into my normal rotation of legends, but I will definitely bust him out and KO some people with a Stomp Rock. Thanks for tuning into this episode of the My Week With series. This won't be a weekly series, but I'll release videos as I complete them. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and if you have a recommendation on who I should play next, drop it down in the comments.